every so often we'll get a comment on one of our videos saying, you all ain't real truck drivers, or do you know you're not really a truck driver?
Just because we're in a straight truck.
Right. In the past, I used to get really irritated about it, but I started thinking about it and I looked up the definition of a truck driver. This is the Webster's Dictionary definition of a trucker. It's a person whose business is transporting goods by truck. Now, it doesn't specify in there you have to drive a tractor trailer or you have to drive a certain type of truck. It's when your business is driving a truck and you're making a living. The way I look at it is, why are we even called truck drivers? We really should be focused on we're professional drivers.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you're driving an 18-wheeler, a straight truck, a dump truck, a van, a 1-ton truck with a gooseneck. We're all professional drivers and we're all out here to do a job and make a living.
Yeah.
So we want to talk a little bit about what being professional drivers means to us.
Absolutely. And by all means, we are not claiming to be perfect professional drivers. You know, we are human. We have frustrations out here on the road all the time ourselves. And what it means to me to be a professional driver is to leave your personal situations aside when you're behind that wheel. You know, nothing else matters except we're driving in a professional and safe manner. And it gets hard out here sometimes because, you know, you got people cutting you off, four-wheelers driving like maniacs, tractor-trailer guys driving like maniacs, straight truck people driving like maniacs. It's a very stressful job, and to be a professional driver to us is to not let those stresses get the best of you. You have to be able to brush it off. Anything that happens out here, whether you're pissed off from having to sit 4 or 5 hours at the dock where you did your pickup and now you're not going to have enough time to get to your delivery and you're going to have to shut it down and find parking and your ELDs is messing you up, hours of service. You know, we got all these stresses out here. But you can't let that affect your professionalism when you're behind that wheel. That's the true definition of a professional driver, at least to me.
Yeah, and I would add to that, you know, not only everything that Jason said, but ensuring the safety of yourselves and others while you're out here on the road. You know, we're driving big, heavy equipment. We're driving this big truck.
Hazardous materials.
It may not be an 80,000-pound tractor trailer, but it's still a dangerous situation you can get into when you're driving this truck. And you're not educating yourself on how to be a professional driver or practicing safe practices while by being a professional driver, you have no business being out here on the road.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Even a van driver, you know, a van driver is no less than us driving a straight truck or somebody driving a tractor trailer. We're all out here risking our lives and the lives of others every single day, and
that's it. Lives are on the line.
Yeah, and
in our job, you know.
Right. I feel like everybody who is out here doing this job, no matter what you drive, should have the same respect as the next person. Just because somebody drives a van or they're driving a Ford pickup truck and hauling cars, they deserve no less respect than what we get, or this tractor trailer guy who's been doing it for 30 years. You know, it's being a professional driver, and that's part of it. And I just wanted to open that discussion, talk about how we feel about it. And I really think that educating folks about this is more important than thinking somebody's less than somebody else because they drive a different type of vehicle.
Right.
You know?
I strongly feel that there is no room on our highways for cowboys. Lives are at stake. You know, we have a very dangerous job. There are more deaths per day in vehicle accidents. We have to do our part to make the roads safer. We just have to. We have to overlook the ignorance that people do out here sometimes and not let it get to us and affect our professionalism.
We need to set an example for all the new drivers that are coming into this profession, no matter what it is they're coming into, expediting, traditional trucking, being a company driver. We're the example setters, and that's what we should be doing.
Even us as new drivers can teach the old guys a thing or two. No matter how long you've been out here on the road, you can't think you have it all figured out. Just because you've been out here 30 years, 8 years, 15 years, doesn't mean you've got it all figured out. We all have bad days.
A lot of the reasons why we do these types of videos when we sit down and try to educate folks on things is for that reason. We don't claim to be experts.
No.
We're still new to this profession. We've
Right.
only been doing it 5 years. We're still newbies, but we feel if we can help one person, then that's great. That makes us very happy. And if we can help many, that's even better. I always see posts and things when people see a truck driver doing something wrong. But instead of doing that, why are we not out helping them and educating them?
Right.
Hey,
Right.
instead of laughing at them, let's go help
Right.
them and
Right.
teach them how to do it or
Right.
show them a better way.
Right. When somebody points out somebody else's flaw and claims them to be an idiot, I just look at those people and think they're the idiot. They act like they're this almighty person that got the whole job figured out, and nobody else should be doing it unless they're doing it their way. It's that kind of attitude that has no room in trucking.
Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't. As a professional driver, help people out. We are not going to make this industry better if we're constantly putting people down, telling them they're idiots or they're doing the job wrong or they're not real truckers. You get nowhere by putting people down. You have to share your information that you learn. And that's the whole reason we do these videos, is we're sharing a story of our experience in hopes it helps somebody else learn something.
Right. Is it always the right way? Maybe not. It's
Right.
our way, and we're learning as we go, and
Right.
that's why we want to share it with others. And we've had people give us information after a video and has helped us to learn things that maybe we didn't know,
Right,
or
right.
other ways to do things. And we appreciate that. And that's a lot of the reason we do it too, is to get people's feedback and for us to continue learning and growing as professional drivers.
We want to be the professional drivers, and we're not perfect. We catch ourselves every day, hey, maybe I should have did this different, or we look at situations objectively. Maybe I could have done this different, or what. I think that is the true definition of a professional driver, though. If you can stop and look and see, hey, how can you have handled that different? Could you have helped that driver out? Maybe you could have told him, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Or, not calling them an idiot, taking pictures of them and posting them on the internet. And
we've all done it.
We have.
We've all done
not
it.
perfect.
We've done it. Everybody's done it.
I used to drive like a freaking idiot. I did. I admit it. I was a freaking idiot driver. I would zip in and out of traffic and drive 80, 90 miles an hour. I'm not perfect, and I'm out here striving every day to try to be an example for other drivers to look up to and try to learn from the more even professional drivers than us. So.
Yeah, even me, before we got into this, I've been driving for 20 plus years. I know how to drive. We got out here, it was a whole new ball game driving this truck. A whole new ball game.
Yeah.
I've learned so much, like looking ahead. I never used to do that when I drove a car. I would look right in front of me. Now, I'm trained to look ahead, look for obstacles that I may, there's a truck on the side I need to get over. It's just always learning and bettering yourself in your profession, and any profession, no matter what it is. You always want to do that. You always want to strive to be the best.
That's our goal, is
Yeah.
just to try to be the best and continue learning.
Yeah.
Never think we have it all figured out, and we're always open to suggestions. But if you're going to call us not real truckers, get lost.
Yeah, so if you
Get
want to
lost.
say that, hey, no, you know what? You're right. We're not. We're professional drivers.
Right, exactly.
You can title us as that. So we just wanted to share our thoughts on that. Share your thoughts down in the comments. We'd like to know, what's your definition of a professional driver? What are your thoughts on that? I'd like to hear some of those and see what you all think about that.
Be as professional as you can out here. We're not all perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Do the best job you can.
We all want to get safely home to our families.
Safety is the number one thing we are out here for.
Absolutely.
And if it means you got to go ahead of me, that's
on.
fine. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I ain't in no rush. I'm gonna get there anyway, and I hope you do too. So
yeah. So thank you guys so much as always for watching and subscribing. And until our next video, peace, love, and expediting.